Good afternoon, Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights, VELCO Weather Hazards Forecaster. This VELCO Weather Hazards Outlook. Big picture right now, we see a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity and a blotch here. It's been affecting this, plaguing these areas around Kentucky, the lower Ohio Valley, Tennessee Valley, and whatnot. This moisture is creeping up generally our direction, but it's also supplying a lot of heat and humidity. Checking dew point temperatures, you can see that we're in the low 70s with dew points right now. And this extends basically throughout the Ohio River Valley and then down into the deep south. Look at that. Dew points as high as 75 in some locations. And it's kind of working its way around what is kind of a weak version of the Bermuda High. Looking at the heat indices and kind of shows you where things are kind of out of controls along the coast right now. Temperatures are already hitting 90 degrees across portions of southeastern New England and sort of down the coast. A little bit of a reprieve here where it has been raining incessantly in the Ohio River Valley areas into the lower Great Lakes. Have seen a little bit slightly cooler conditions. And up in Canada, we're looking at those dew point temperatures again. You can see that they're basically in the 50s in the parts of southwestern Ontario. They are not headed our way. Instead, we're going to see a lot of those higher dew points advect into the region. Before we get into the incrementals, I want to show you the precipitable water. This is sigma, and basically precipitable water compared to normal anomaly. And you can see the legend here at the bottom. So basically white is neutral. Anything above that is in the tanned redder colors. Anything below that is in the bluer colors. In other words, this is super dry metrics, super wet metrics out here in the west coast. A little bit different. Okay, so we run the model. You can see that Vermont is basically going to stay in these about 1 to 2 sigma standard deviation here for precipitable water is what we're looking at. And then you can see this another frontal boundary is going to try to make it in here, and gradually this is going to collapse. So we never really get out of very moist conditions over the course of this coming weekend into the day on Monday, and then this here on Tuesday is going to be rotating on through with a cold frontal passage, and you can see that right there. And we're looking at sigma that might even be up around 4 sigma, so that's a pretty healthy standard deviation of moisture. That then moves through on Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, and then finally, we get into Wednesday, where we're going to start to dry things out, and we're looking at a really spectacular day. Also, much cooler conditions will have worked in out of Canada at that point in time. On the left-hand side, we have the European model. On the right-hand side, we have the GFS. Both of these, the deterministic models. So comparing notes, we both see that the prediction is for a little bit of precipitation, generally light amounts here. But as we run the computer model, you can see that a little bit of a flare-up and then a winding down. This is our Bermuda High, and it's scooping in, again, that much warmer air that's kind of working its way out of the deep tropics and circulating around that Bermuda High into the northeast U.S. with this kind of configuration, area of low pressure crossing up near Hudson Bay. So that's going to be the case in just about every day. If you notice, this is 12Z now on Saturday. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. We see a flare-up of more showers and thunderstorms. Then they dissipate out at night. Then on Sunday, a flare-up of more showers and thunderstorms. Then they dissipate a little bit, but that frontal system gets awfully close, so that basically Sunday night we'll be watching this a little bit to our north. And then as we get into Monday, we have that frontal system that's starting to approach, and also a flare-up of, yes, showers and thunderstorms once again. And then it looks like Monday night into Tuesday we'll be seeing probably the best chance for much-needed widespread rainfall. At that point in time, there could be some areas around the state of Vermont that might be saturated in terms of where heavier clusters of thunderstorms have gone over the same location for several days. It's about 5 days worth of thunderstorm activity. Now, eventually, as we get into the late part of the day on Tuesday into Tuesday night and Wednesday, finally, we start to see some relief here where this area of higher pressure will start to influence our weather. This weather system will sweep out to the east, and the net effect is that we get into some drier weather all day on Wednesday, potentially even on Thursday and lingering into Friday next week, something we'll have to keep an eye on. Potentially 3 days of dry project weather, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. We do not have the GFS ensemble available for this Outlook video. But you can see this is the Weather Prediction Center and their next 7 days of total rainfall. And we're looking at generally about anywhere from about half an inch to an inch, 1.5 inches, with the main stretch here north of the Vermont border. And we'll be seeing some thunderstorm activity with this locally produced here. Checking temperatures. You can see we are above normal. Anomalous temperatures are fairly warm. The warmest in North America is in the Dakotas. It looks like in the northern Great Plains, and a lot of that continues into across from the Great Lakes and into the Canadian Maritimes. Taking a look at, this is the meteorological output statistics for the next 5 days, and it does look like we're looking at a kind of neutral period here in terms of near normal. And then about 3 days later, we jump it up. We're going to see a little bit of a warm-up, but that's weighted way in the back end beyond this outlook period. And we'll be running around 3 to 6 degrees, going above normal, with cooler conditions up to the north of us, where that rainfall will be pretty dramatic up in the northern areas just north of the Vermont-Quebec border. Checking the Atlantic, we have no real issues to worry about here, no new tropical cyclones. It looks like something downstream, way down the road here toward the, about the 15th of August might be a little bit more interesting. But this is the European ensemble, and this ensemble is focusing on tropical cyclones. So watch what comes off of Africa here. Now the timing, this is valid 144 hours out. This is next Thursday. And what we can see next week is that we might see a little bit of action here in the Leeward Islands. That's a long ways around a corner, and that's going to about do it. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights, thanks for watching.